All right, here we are, back again, back to business. Just doing the regular training. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just repeating some of the things that I learned in my first gym, my first experience. Just pretty much replicating some of the basic beginner things I learned. I do train. I have a coach that I train with about like 3 times a week. We do some group classes. It's not really much of a group anymore. It's basically me and another friend. So it's the two of us and the coach. And yeah, so here I'm just doing some 1-2s. I still can't really get the jab and the straight properly. I don't extend my arms right, and my shoulders as well. I need to bring my shoulders higher. That's what the coach says. And yeah, it's a work in progress. Never feel bad about wherever you are, right? Because I was having this conversation today with my friend. Today I was training, and after training, I'm like, man, I don't know what it is. I like back in the day when we were in the gym, because we were all from that first gym. When I was back in the gym, back in those days, I felt like I had more stamina. I felt like I could do things better. But the thing is that I have improved a lot in a lot of areas. Where I was really struggling is at doing some push-ups. We always do push-ups at the end of each session. Well, mostly each session. So we try to do at least 100 push-ups, if not like 75. So we do like 4 sets of 25. And lately, I've just been struggling, really struggling a lot with the push-ups. I get through the first set, and as we're going through the second set, I'm like already like, oh, I'm in pain. I can't do this. I can't do it, Cotton. But you have to keep, focused and just forget about the pain. Keep doing it. Keep trying your best. But yeah, I was getting frustrated because I'm like, I felt like I was like I had better, had more. Like I was doing better. Like, but at the same time, my friend, she was doing like she's improved like a shit ton. Like, and she's been doing so well too. And at the same time, like I acknowledged that as we were talking, like, yeah, that's true, right? So then I thought about it, and I was like, maybe I'm being too hard on myself, right? Like I have improved in a lot of areas. Like the running, I'm running a lot better now. I don't get tired as fast. I get tired, but I'm able to run a lot more than what I used to before. So that's a plus. But with the jump rope, I've been struggling with the jump rope lately. At one point, I got really good. I was really like, it was nothing, like, it wasn't nothing, but it was like, I felt really comfortable with the jump rope. I was even able to do the double jumps. So that's the end of the round here. So I was able to do like the doubles, like you go around twice in one jump. But lately I've just been struggling just to do the basic, just to keep a basic flow. And I feel it, like I feel like very heavy. I feel like very weak. Maybe it's part of the process, right? But as I was saying, like with the things in MMA gym was in my first gym. Yeah, it was the first gym I was. It was I think it was the mindset. I think it was the mindset I was in. I was going every day, literally waking up in the morning, getting right into traffic, and just going through it. but I didn't fail. Like, I showed up every day, and I was doing it for like 2 or 3 months, or 2.5 months. Then some shit happened, right? We had to change coaches, and pretty much the administration there and like the owner of the place was just a real piece of shit. And yeah, we had a really bad experience, and I just had to leave that place. But yeah, I remember that I had a different mindset. Like, since I had like the schedule, I guess, like the in Spanish, like, it's like I had made a deal, you know, like I had a schedule every day, and now I'm just training like 3 days a week. And I do train here at home, but lately I've been struggling as well, just with, you know, depression and random things that happen in life that just, you know, obstruct me from doing what I need to do. And I need to treat it like a job, you know. I set up a schedule, you know, stick to it, and everybody else can, you know, I can't. I'm not available because I need to do this. Afterwards, I can do whatever, you know, manage my time better or whatever. But yeah, so the mindset. I thought about it today, and that's pretty much what I've been struggling the most in these days. I've been so depressed. And the thing is with depression is like it comes and goes, right? It's like up and down. It's always like this constant, like, I'll get better, and then I'll just go straight down again. And it's just like a vicious cycle, right? Where I'll get better, I'll get bad again, get better, and get bad again, get better, and get bad again. And it's really tough, you know. It's really tough. Like, I've been struggling with this for my whole life, pretty much. But lately it's really been taking its toll, you know. And this is obviously like practicing Muay Thai, you know, and training is one of the things that has helped me a lot. But it's not enough. What I've noticed, it's not enough, you know, because I need to reconstruct my life. The life that I've been able to build, because I don't even consider I've built it, but I have, right? Because I haven't been able to really achieve the things that I've wanted. I haven't been able to figure out how to succeed in this game of life, right? I haven't been able to accomplish my goals, pretty much. And the thing with that is I haven't been able to even define my goals until now, really. Like, I'm trying to define it more, because I've proposed a lot of things throughout my life. Like, I've dedicated myself to a lot of things, and throughout I've just noticed that it's not really what I wanted. Either it wasn't working out, or it's just like it got to a point where it was just doing the same thing. It was like, I'm really not enjoying this. I really don't want to do this. Like, for example, when I got here back to Puerto Rico after I was in Miami for a while, I had to move back here, and I started my own business, lawn care, painting, doing some pressure washing. And that was after I just saw a whole bunch of videos of just how to make money by your own accord, right? Because I didn't want to go back to jobs, so I just started this whole process of, all right, like I want to be my own boss. I want to start my own business, and I didn't really have that many skills, and so I started with what I knew. And so what I knew was, you know, basic tasks where I, you know, always did growing up as a kid. You know, mow the lawn, you know, help painting the house, and, you know, pressure washing, things like that. Washing cars as well. I did that a lot. But for the business sake, I decided to focus on those three: pressure washing, mowing lawns, and painting, right? And at first I was very focused on it. Made even shirts, flyers, everything. I invested a lot into the business. And, you know, I had some knowledge growing up, but I never really had a proper experience, a professional experience, you know, dealing with clients and working for somebody else. And you know, doing jobs for somebody else. And at first it was very intimidating, you know, because these people are paying me, and I didn't want to do a bad job, because it, you know, it falls on me. It's not like I'm working for somebody, you know, I'm working for myself. So I am the company, I am the face. And it was rough. It was rough in the beginning. You know, I had some pretty bad experiences with just the lack of experience and just bad clients overall. A lot of people were just cheap. They didn't really want to pay the prices. And the funny thing is, you know, ironically, I was charging very cheap because I was very acknowledgeable, right? Since didn't have this experience and I didn't really have a proper system developed yet, I didn't want to charge like a full price. So I was like, all right, I'll charge cheaper. And as I develop myself, as I gain more experience, then I can start to charge more. But even then, you know, people would still complain, and it really got to me, you know, because I would see a whole bunch of people, you know, they were doing pretty much the same thing, and it was going pretty well for them. But at the same time, I don't know, it's just doubt. You know, that's one of the things I struggle with a lot. Just doubting myself for everything and anything. It's just so much doubt, and it's ironic too. Like, my life is just full of ironies here. I'm the type of person that would go against that. I wouldn't let, you know, like, fuck doubt, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta believe in yourself. And I know this, but I can't help it. Because at the same time, I'm so logical as well, you know, because I'll try to do something, right? And as I'm doing it, I can, like, sort of tell that, oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna be able to really get far in this, whatever it is that I'm doing, you know, compared to other people. But that was just a weak mindset, honestly. Like, obviously, it was true. Like, me in that state, in that, you know, in that time, yes, I'm never gonna be able to do anything remotely to, you know, being good. But here's the thing. The me in that time. So the trick is that I had to evolve. I had to grow in order to do or accomplish that which I wanted to do. But I didn't understand this. I just, you know, chucked it up to being like, all right, I'm not gonna be able to do this. This is not like my calling. This is not what I need to do. So I'm just gonna abort. And I've done this so many times, right? I wanted to do my own video game, right? My own MMO. And I just got so intimidated by the whole process of coding. Even thinking about it now, it just gives me a headache. It makes my head explode. Like, I love computers and whatnot, but I can't. I don't know. It's just too intimidating. Maybe it's not as bad, you know? That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's not as bad, but I just couldn't I couldn't afford it mentally. I couldn't afford it economically as well. Because that's the thing, right? Like, I need to make money now. JJ Wentworth. That's also another like barrier. Like, whatever it is that I set myself to do, right? I need to make money in the moment, like now, like, and that's the thing. Like, you need time in order to develop, right? But that's okay. As I started my business, you know, doing all these works and all these jobs, I noticed that, oh my god, I really don't want to do this, you know, for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to just work for a living, you know. I don't want to be a slave in that sense. I don't want to be a slave to my job. Like, I want to have a life. I want to have something cool. And that's also why I started, you know, this YouTube channel. After years, after, you know, months of talking with my friend, and he convinced me to, like, you know, you should open a YouTube channel, and I did. And it's been a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my first videos are, you know, pretty bad, especially the gaming videos. I didn't know what I was doing, but, you know, if I never started this process, I wouldn't be here today. And I do consider myself pretty decent. Like, I'm not obviously the best. I'm not a master in editing or anything like that, but I do think I can produce, you know, some pretty decent content. And I've done some videos for other people as well, and they've been really happy with the results as well. So again, like, I know I'm not even near, like, I don't consider myself to being like good, like a good editor, but I'm decent, you know. I'm still polishing myself. I'm still developing the technique. I have a lot of vision, you know, but yeah, I digress, and I even forgot the train of thought where I was heading towards with. But yeah, like, if I never started, I wouldn't be here today, and that's the thing. Like, anything that's hard is gonna take time, right? Not for everybody necessarily. Like, some people just whiz through and just get really good, or just have the resources available, or have the time, or have, you know. But that doesn't matter. The thing is that really, even if you're whizzing through, you still have to go through the same process. You still have to grow. You still have to get better and better and better and better and better, because nobody is perfect right from the start. You develop into becoming perfect, or close enough to being perfect, right? That's the idea. You developed into that. And again, some people can develop faster than others, right? And like me, myself, I thought I was a fast developer. I thought I would develop fast because I'm a fast learner, right? Like, with most things, with most things, I can, you know, pick up fast. I don't need like a lot of explanation, but at the same time, with other things, I'm like, you can explain it to me a 1,000 times and I'll still won't get it, you know. Like, my brain just like fries. Like, I like math, for example. I like math, but if you start to talk to me about history, it's not like I don't like history, but it's just like a lot of like words, and I'm better with numbers. I think I'm more better with numbers than reading like a whole paragraph. It's just so much information. Like, my brain just like, maybe it's the ADHD or something. I don't know. But yeah, doubt is a bitch, man. Doubt sucks. Doubt sucks, because it just really does so much damage, and we don't even know, right? Like, I thought I was just being smart. I thought I was just being logical. Like, clearly I'm just not good enough, so let me just make peace with it, right? And that is the most cop-out statement, and I'm all against that. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm the type of person that's like, you know, go all in or out, you know. Go all in, fuck that shit, you know. What is this that you can't do it? You can do anything that you put your mind to it, you know? That's, I really believe that. But when it comes to myself, it's like I don't really apply the beliefs I have to myself. And it's like, why do I doubt myself so much? You know, why don't I think that I'm able to do it? Obviously not in the moment. Like when, let's say gaming, right? For example, I'm playing Mega Break right now. I'm getting my ass kicked left and right. You know, I'm getting my ass handed to me. No joke. And, you know, it's frustrating because I want to be good, but I don't know how, right? And that's not, I'm sorry, that's bullshit too. I do know how. It's getting information, you know, educating yourself and practicing, right? And I've done this. I've looked up a lot of videos on Panther. This is the new mech I'm maining in the game, Mega Break. So I've seen a whole bunch of videos how to play Panther, and just, you know, good players playing him, seeing what they do, how they move. And I've been slowly but surely, you know, applying some of the things, the techniques. But even then, I'm still getting my ass kicked. And so at that point, that's when I start to have doubt. It's like, well, I looked up, right, the information. I did sort of some training, but I still suck ass. You know, I'm still fucking horrible. I'm still terrible. So I might as well just give up. And that's the thing. You really have to push yourself harder then. You have to go further. You have to put in more effort then. Right? Then look up more videos and not just look at them, you know, really analyze, really think about what they're doing, how they're doing it, right? I remember there was one video when this Panther player just went through the back, pretty much. He went through a way. He took a path that I was like, also, why aren't you going straight to them, right? Why aren't you going like right in their face? No, he just went around them. He went through a path through the back, and he was trying to flank them. But then some of the enemy team, apparently, they also knew like that path, and they were doing the same thing, and he encountered them, and then they start battling it out. But right there, like, I was like, oh, I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know there were different paths, right? And so that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? The techniques, when they're using them, who are they using them against, how does your enemy work? There's a lot of information that we can go through and really, again, ingrain to ourselves, really learn them and find a way to adapt to that. But that's a lot of work. And most of the times we're just like, you know what, we'll just chalk it up to just not being good enough because we don't want to go through the work. Like, for example, that's a perfect example for why I never made the video game. I have a whole bunch of ideas. Like, I have a hard book, right, just full of pages of ideas for this video game. I developed this video game pretty much just by like on writing on paper. And I never got to it because I was like, no, this is too complicated. Like, this is just too much information that I have to go through and learn and all this shit, and I really don't want to. And so that's where I stopped. And it's funny because I'm kind of going through the same thing right now again with Muay Thai. Because it's not just about you showing up and doing the work, you know, doing the training. You have to learn how to fight. You have to learn how to do proper technique. Like, this shit is not easy, bro. This is not easy to do. And you know, after going through this experience, after going through a couple of gyms, you know, because I was also in another gym. I went after the MMA gym and I had that event there. I went to another gym, the Muay Thai gym here in Puerto Rico. And at first, you know, I never really felt comfortable in that gym, like the vibe and I don't know, it's just the space as well. It just, you know, sometimes you go to a place and it just doesn't feel right. It's not that it's a bad place, you know, the place was pretty decent. It was very clean. There were, you know, the classes they were teaching were pretty good as well. You know, the information was there, the dynamic was there, you know, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good gym. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I have to give them that. MMA gym was a pretty good gym too. You know, even though I hate the owner, you know, I think he's a fucking asshole. But I do gotta give credit where credit is due. You know, they are pretty clean. They do offer, you know, pretty decent information. You know, the classes are pretty good. That's what I'm saying. But again, like the other owner, this new owner, you know, the owner for the other gym, for the Muay Thai gym, he was kind of a dick too. You know, and it just, there was an event as well where he just went off and I'm like, you know what, fuck this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind getting yelled at, I don't mind, you know, if you have to be rough in the training or anything like that, you know, I don't mind at all, but you don't have to be a dick about it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, the guy was just being a dick, honestly, and I could feel his energy, I could feel his vibe, and I'm like, you know what, dude? Fuck it, keep the $100. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this shit. I'm out. And so I left, and that's where I started training with my old coach, my original coach in MMA gym, because he also left that gym as well, same reasons. It was just, you know, he wasn't feeling the vibe there either. And we got together with some of the old members of the first gym as well, and we started this group, and we're just doing training, you know, 3 days a week. And at first, you know, people were showing up and whatnot. It was pretty cool. But then it was just down to two of us, pretty much. And but it's okay, you know. I like it that way too. Like I miss the other people, but it is what it is. You know, you gotta focus on what you're doing. You gotta focus on your goals, right? You gotta focus on growing. And that's also been a struggle, right? It's been a challenge because it's only 3 days a week, and yeah, like my life has just been, I've just been struggling really in all regards, especially with the depression. You know, I'm still doing my business even though I don't want to. You know, it's the only source of money that I have. I have some pretty decent clients right now, just enough to barely get by, you know, but it's pretty good jobs. So, and I do have some clients that, you know, I appreciate and they appreciate me, and I'm not completely like done with the business. I like it, you know, I like what I do, and to be honest, I don't really hate people. I just hate dicks. I just hate, you know, assholes, you know, like there's no reason to be rude and things like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like doing this type of work for the people, you know, and seeing the yards transform and seeing their happy faces, you know, seeing them satisfied with the service and whatnot, and, you know, maintaining that client relationship. And I've grown a lot, you know, It's been already like 3 years with the business. I feel very comfortable right now. I can take on pretty much any job that's within my capabilities, right? Because I don't really have like heavy equipment, so if it's too big, like, yeah, I can't do it. But I can do pretty decent ones, you know. And the money's not bad at all, you know. The money's really not bad. I can make a shit ton more than what I could with a minimum wage job, you know, and have more freedom. Obviously, at the same time, it's a lot of work. It's hard work, you know. It's not like it's easy. because one of the hardest things, right, is you're under the sun. You know, it's hard labor. And after you're done, right, like after I'm done, I finish the job, I get home, I have to unload everything, right, off my car. I have to unload all the equipment. I have to put everything away. Sometimes I have to do some maintenance, and you know, then prepare the receipts, send the quote, get paid. It's a process, you know, and sometimes you're just dying to just you know, chill out, sit down, you know. And it's not like a regular job, like you finish your job, you get home, and then you're done, right? No, if you have your own business, you get home, you still have to keep working. You still have to, you know, maintain the business. And again, to be honest, I don't really mind that. But it's ironic because I was trying to form my own business in order to find freedom, but I noticed that you could also become a slave to the business itself. But regardless, having your own business is the way to go. It will provide you with the freedom that you need. However, you need to be smart about the type of business that you do, right? And the type of work that you do. You don't want to set yourself in a trap where then you become a slave to the business, right? So that's something that you have to be very conscious, and that's something that, you know, I try to do as well. And I guess the thing with me, like where I've struggled most in that area, like in the economical area, right, with the business area, is that I haven't really found what I really want to do. Like, I know how to do shit. Like, I figured it out, you know. I figured out how to have a good business. I figured out how to, you know, how to make money, but I don't want to do these things. I don't want to do any of these things. I don't want to sell like doors, for example. I don't want to pursue this business in lawn care and whatnot. You know what I really want to do? Fight. I would rather be a professional fighter. That is something that really calls to me. It tickles my soul, right? Like, for me, it's not just about the money. It's not about just making money. I don't want to live to make money, you know? Money is just a tool. It's just something that I need in order to get where I want to go, right? Fighting. And this is so ironic, right? I want to become a professional fighter, but I need so much money in order to do it. It's like, it's so ironic because it's like, isn't it supposed to provide you money? No, up front, before you get to that point, you have to put a whole bunch of money up front. You have to put money in training. You have to put money, you know, in traveling. If you plan to go to Thailand, because that's where the sport really is active, right? And that's what I want to do. I want to go to Thailand and fight in Thailand and have as many fights as I can. I'm 35 years old, and I just want to be able to do this, you know? I want to fight professionally. And that's the thing, like, before I started this, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew what I didn't want to do, right? I didn't want to have a business for the sake of having a business. I wanted to have a business that I liked. I wanted to do something that I liked, right? And make money with something that I liked. And I have so many ideas on how to make money, how to produce. Like, I've helped so many of my friends, and I've told them, do this, do that. You can collaborate here, collaborate there. Most of the times they don't really listen to me, right? Because they want to do their own thing. But, you know, regardless, I figured out, I've educated myself a lot on this subject. But the problem is, like, if you're not comfortable or if you're not confident in what you're doing, then that's the problem. Then you're not gonna get far, right? That's what happens to me with my business. Because if I wanted to take my business farther, right? Because again, you can make good money. You can make very decent, good money, right? But I only have like 3 or 4 clients, right? Let me see. No, bullshit. I have like 3 clients right now. And just with 3 clients, I'm able to, you know, get somewhat by. You know, I have like 4 lawns that I do, and sometimes I do like other, you know, side work, some paint jobs, whatever. Some family members hire me to do some whatnot. But in between the 4 clients that I have, I can produce like around $300 to $400. That's not a lot of money, right? But it does. It's. That's how much I'm making with as little work as I'm doing, to be honest. It's not little, right? It's not little. Like I do work a lot, but I could do more. Like, for example, in a day, I could have at least 2 or 3 jobs instead of just 1, right? But I would need to expand my clientele. I need to do advertisement. I need to do flyers. I need to do, you know, social media. I need to do something, just any type of advertisement in order to get, you know, more clients. I need to do that push. And I haven't done it, right? First of all, because I don't like doing that. I don't like selling. I don't like advertising, right? But that's besides the point, because if you have to do it, you just do it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But I haven't done it because I don't want to do this business. You know, I don't want to do this business because that will then entail that it's gonna take up a lot, if not all of my time, you know. And then it's like the trap I mentioned before, right? Because now I would have all these clients that are counting on me to come and mow their lawns, right? So it sort of becomes the same as a job, right? I can't just, like, yes, I could tell them like, oh no, I can't do this job or whatever, but you could lose clients if you constantly, you know, keep telling them no. So that is something I was very conscious, and I've never really done that push. But at the same time, I'm suffering because of it, you know, because I'm not able to produce enough money. But I have gotten some jobs here and there, some pretty big jobs, some pretty good, you know, painting jobs where I'll paint a whole apartment, and then I can get, you know, a couple like $1,500, you know, something like that, or a couple, like $1,000 or a couple hundred, you know. So those are good when those come by, but that's not all the time. That's not always. I don't always, you know, get these big jobs. But, and again, I haven't really pushed for those jobs either because I don't really enjoy them as much. You know, they can be very stressful. I'm also doing all this work by myself. I've tried to, you know, work with some friends, but they don't really have the mentality, you know, they don't want to do it, pretty much. And I can't really hire other employees because, again, that would entail that I would need to expand the clientele. And so it's like it can get very complicated, but at the same time it's very simple. Just don't do it. I'm only doing it because it's providing me with money, and I'd rather do this than get a regular job, right? Because I make more money and I have more freedom, and I actually enjoy this work. I enjoy this type of work, but I don't enjoy the toll that it takes on me, right? Because sometimes there's days where I'm just like, again, really depressed, really just don't want to do it. I need to go out. I need to, you know, just have that, you know, having to invest that time and not being able to do anything else. You know, if I wanted to play a game, even if I wanted to train, sometimes it gets in the way of my training, you know? And that's where it pisses me off. It's like, God damn it, like, but if I don't make money, then I'm not really gonna be able to fight. So that's the thing, you know? And I've thought about, getting a part-time actually, and having some of these works on the side. Work in the afternoon, to leave the mornings to do my training, and during the weekends I can, work freely with the clients that I have, because it doesn't take me all day, right? It's just like I can make like either 50 to $100 or 100 or 200 in like 2 or 4 hours, 5 hours max. So it's not bad, it's not bad at all. I could make even more. Sometimes I make like 30 an hour, but yeah, on average. But again, I don't have that much work, and that's the thing, right? Like, I don't want to be constantly on my phone, having people ringing me all the time. But I do need to, I would like to expand my clientele at least a little bit, but I don't know. I'm still in the process. I have to figure it out. Either get a part-time or expand my clientele more. But yeah. We gotta stay focused. That's one of the things that's really, bothered me, and it has me so depressed, is that I'm not able to, provide myself with the resources that I need, financially and mentally as well. But we can't give up. We have to keep going, and I hope, this can be an inspiration. Like, again, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm doing my best. If some of you know, you probably see my form. It's like, oh, this dude, what terrible form, or whatever the fuck. It's fine. Like, I've only been doing this for a couple of months, and I only had like a proper gym experience for like 2.5 months to 3 months. And yeah, I miss it. I miss having a gym. Unfortunately, there aren't really any Muay Thai gyms here in Puerto Rico. There's only one, and I've exhausted that resource. Not going back there. There are some kickboxing gyms that I could probably try out, but they're really far as well, and they're really expensive too. And to be honest, all I really want to do is go to Thailand. That's my goal, my main goal that I have right now. I want to save up for that. Just take a trip to Thailand and be able to train there for a month or a couple of months. Maybe even fight. I don't think I'm ready for a fight yet, but if they let me, if they tell me, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just really want to get good. More than anything, I just really want to get good to a point where I can actually become a professional Muay Thai fighter and have as many fights as I can, And I'm very conscious also that I don't want to just like sacrifice myself and my body. I do want to end, this journey in one piece. So I do want to be safe with my career as well. I don't want to just, take all this damage and then be all fucked up. No, I still want to be able to walk away from this career, but have as many fights as I can. That's my goal. That's my dream. But let's see, right? It's not easy. The hardest part is, for me at least, is the doubt. Working and getting through the doubt. Not doubting yourself, believing in yourself, believing that you can do it. But this is the thing, right? I really want to do this. I really want to become a professional, and not just that, I want to become a champion. But if I don't believe in myself, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I'm not gonna be able to even, you know, keep up with this basic training. So I need to believe in myself. I need to tell myself that you are good enough. Maybe not good enough now in order to become, you know, or get to the place where you want to get to, but you are good enough to train to get to that point. You have it in you. You just have to develop it. You have to get it out, right? You have to push yourself to the point where you become strong, right? That's something that I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be strong. And not just strong physically, right? Strong mentally as well. Strong with your will, strong with your life. And I also want to be an inspiration to other people. You know, provide strength, be a pillar of strength. Just like so many people have been, you know, for me as well. But like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy. And for me as well. I've done a lot of damage to myself, and I'm sorry to myself. I'm sorry for causing so much damage, you know. I need to save that little boy, you know, that's struggling still. Because nobody's there to save him. I need to save him. And that little boy is me, you know. That's my trauma. That's my pain that I've been carrying throughout my whole life, right? That's the way I see it, right? That's the way I see it. I need to save him. I need to save myself. And hopefully in the process, I'll be able to, you know, save other people too. Or help them save themselves, better said. Right? Help them be able to, you know, help them see that they are also capable of doing this as well. That they're not alone. You know, you guys are not alone. And we can get through this. You know, we can get through this. We just have to push hard, you know, push hard. Like David Goggins, stay hard. And you know, I actually started watching him, you know, like these random motivational videos, and it wasn't bad. It helped me a lot this morning, you know, just to get up, because I really didn't want to get up and go to train. But I got up and I put the videos, I put some Joey Diaz too. And yeah, it was like a slap to the face, you know, like wake up, you know, wake up, motherfucker, you got this, come on. What happened to your dream? What happened to your ambition? What happened to all this shit? Get up and get it. Come on. And so yeah, like if you have to do it, like those cheesy cliche motivational videos, just put them on, you know. Fuck it, get motivated in whatever way you can, you know. But really push yourself, especially the times where you feel like you don't want to do it, especially the times where you just like, fuck this, fuck everything, fuck the world, fuck, you know, fuck life. Nah, fuck you, motherfucker, fuck you. Get your shit together, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying to myself, you know? Get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together. We got this. You got this. We can do this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm with y'all. You know? I'm with y'all. Pick a dream. Pick a path. And follow it. And stick to it. I'm gonna try to stick to mine too. But it's not easy. But we're here. We're together. I'm with you. Let's go.